Hello, hi, and welcome back. Let us start our new topic, that is crop diversification. So these are some of the previous year questions that has been asked in civil service examination, Indian Forestry Service examination, and OPSC. You can pause the video and have a look at these questions. Then crop diversification. So the definition is transitioning from a single crop's regional or temporal dominance to the production of a variety crop, from single crop to variety of crop based on agroclimatic suitability, market demand, resource availability and profitability. So these are the criteria for selecting the variety of crops. So this is demand driven, need based, situation specific and dynamic concept. Then what are the approaches of crop diversification? First one is horizontal approach, then vertical approach, then other approaches. In horizontal approaches, we go for crop substitution and crop intensification. Crop substitution is when we replace a crop which is continuously grown, that is a monoculture. For example, we replace suppose rice, then we are going for, so this was a traditional system. Suppose we are going for now rice, then n pulses, or rice, mustard, then green gram in the Z season or summer season. So that is crop substitution. We can also replace rice here, we can take maize also here. Then higher net return we will get, resource use efficiency will be higher, that is land, labor. Then disease pest cycle will be breakdown because we are taking the crops of various families, different families as per the rules of crop rotation. Then crop intensification. Crop intensification is adding a new value crop to existing cropping system to increase the overall productivity of farm. As we have seen in the last video, crop intensification, that is increasing the cropping intensity. How? By multiple cropping, or that is intercropping or relay cropping. We will read these definition and concept in the later videos while we will discuss cropping pattern in detail. So for now, just have a glance at crop substitution and crop intensification. Then for example, in conventional, suppose we are doing maize and fallow, then in crop intensification we can go for maize rajma or maize toria. In exam, in very worst situation, there might be a difference between crop substitution and crop diversification and crop intensification. Though crop intensification is a subset of crop diversification, still we will see some basic difference. In crop diversification, the objective is to diversify the crop portfolio, but here in intensification, our main objective is to increase the output per area per unit time. Here in crop diversification, the focus is risk reduction because we are diversifying the crop portfolio. So when one crop gets affected or is failure, then another crop sustains, and hence the concept of sustainability. But in crop intensification, our main aim is to increase the productivity. Here strategy is to growing different crop, and here growing more crops as we have seen in the multiple cropping, thereby increasing yield. Here main advantage but main benefit is income stability and ecological balance. So sustainability is more main focus of crop diversification, but in intensification our main focus is production. So in diversification our main focus in sustainability, and here our main focus is productivity. Then vertical approaches by vertical crop diversification. So vertical crop diversification is the degree and level of industrialization of agricultural production. So basically it is a processing kind of thing. So vertical crop diversification may be packaging, merchandising, sorting, grading, processing. So mango pulp, guava, then jam. From milk we are preparing paneer or cheese. So basically this is value addition, we can say value addition by industry or industrialization. So this is vertical crop diversification. So this is very important. Don't be confused that vertical crop diversification is just like hydroponics or multi-story cropping. This is actually agricultural industrialization. This has been asked in the 2020 OPSC mains, so be careful. Then measures of crop diversification, two measures, temporal and spatial. How actually we measure? Then in temporal means time. So crop rotation means one in Kharif season, another is Rabi season, another in Zaid season or summer season. Then catch crop, in between two seasons small gap is there, that utilizing that period actually, like green gram in summer. Okay. Then double or multiple cropping, relay cropping. Then special means within the same time period utilizing the space, for example alley cropping, then intercropping, then mixed cropping, variety mixture. In intercropping, special separate row ratio is maintained. We will deal this in the later video. And in mixed cropping no such row ratio is maintained. Then variety mixture. So we have seen crop diversification, its approaches basically, and there is other approaches also, that is basically enterprise diversification, land based, water based. Okay, then varietal diversification. Then in 2020 OPSC also one question asked that driving forces of crop diversification. Why crop diversification is the need of the hour, or we are more focusing on it? Because income is rising, then urbanization is also taking place, so demand is also increasing, then land resource is limited, so the ultimate solution is crop diversification. Then improving nutritional benefit, as we have seen, for example rice, then pulses, so we are getting carbohydrate here, some protein here. If we go for vegetable in summer, then we will get some vitamins and other minerals also. Then climate change, it is taking place now, so there is increased risk. So one crop if get failed, then another crop might sustain the economy. Then value addition, as we have seen in the vertical crop diversification, then interactive nature of enterprise also. Then export potential, this is also one aspect of crop diversification. Changing government policy, as government is more focusing, suppose some schemes are there for integrated farming system. Then resilience and stability in production system, how actually it is help in sustainability, will deal detail in after some minutes. Then higher profitability, we have seen this earlier. Then what is the need? Food and nutrition security, poverty alleviation, employment generation, trade needs, sustainability of natural resources. These are self-explanatory, so I am not explaining these. Then strategies for crop diversification, how we can go for crop diversification. Suppose now we are growing low yield and low value crop, then we should shift to high yield and high value crops. Then high water requiring crops can be replaced by low water requiring crops, as we have seen. One crop substitution is one approach of crop diversification. Then low energy efficient crop is getting replaced by high energy efficient crops. Then inclusion of legume and oilseed crops. Then what is the advantage of the crop diversification? Profitability increased of small farm holding. Then employment generation, because employment generation actually takes place throughout the year. Then natural resource conservation and enhancement, increases soil fertility, because we are taking crops of various families, suppose rice, then we took mustard, then we take suppose green gram. So basically what happens, by this some nitrogen fixation can take place, so the need of fertilizer application will be little bit reduced. And as we are taking crops of various families, so pest and disease cycle will be broken off, break off. So our pesticide requirement is also getting reduced. Thereby the soil fertility also increases and natural resource conservation also take place. Then increase export potential, as we have seen in the value addition or vertical crop diversification. Risk reduction we have already discussed. Then pest and disease control we have discussed here, as the pest and disease cycle broken up by taking crops of different families. Then but some constraints are there in the adoption of crop diversification: infrastructure, technological, socio-economic and extension related or behavioral constraint. So infrastructure means, as we know, a massive infrastructure expenditure is required in switching. For example, in UP, sugarcane industry are well established, but if we replace this water intensive sugarcane with some low water intensive crop, then those investment or those will actually be wasted. Then rice, wheat in Punjab and Haryana, this is a well established, and if we suddenly replace that, then that will be a there will be many problems associated with it. Then technological, because whenever we are taking the crops, the particular varieties are also should be available, because of there is low research and development. So the lack of salinity and waterlogging tolerant crops and cultivars are not very much prevalent or easily available to the farmers. Then socio-economic constraint, small and farm fragmented land holding. So diversifying that small land holding is very difficult. It is easy in paper, but in practicing it will be difficult. It is also risk bearing ability of the small and fragmented farmers, small and marginal farmers are very low, so they cannot take up a new enterprise, their confidence will also be low. Then extension, lack of education, awareness, skill and knowledge in choosing alternate crops or cropping system is also low. So these are the some constant. Then in one or two questions in the PYQ, we have seen that crop diversification and sustainability, how it is interrelated. Whenever the question of sustainability will come in exam, then sustainability means it is environmental sustainability, economic sustainability, social sustainability. So first coming to the environmental sustainability. So first coming to soil health. So how actually crop diversification improves in soil health? As we know, for example, in intercropping, for example, we are taking a cereal and a pulses. So in cereal, supposes that is a fibrous root system, and in suppose pulses like say or her, then that will be tap root system. So here the rooting depth are also different. So here then nutrient requirement or nutrient removal or nutrient mining from different depth is there. So resource partitioning will be there. And another thing is that this, suppose this is a legume, so legume can fix atmospheric nitrogen, so there will be decrease in dependence on chemical fertilizer. Besides, there will be increase in soil organic matter and microbial biodiversity. All these actually contribute to soil health. Organic matter, microbial biodiversity, then reduced dependence on chemical fertilizer. Then how water is conserved, as we have seen that replacing a water intensive crop with less water demanding crop, then the groundwater depletion will be low. If we can replace the paddy with millet in suppose where water scarcity is there, say in Punjab, or replacing paddy with pulses or maize, that can conserve significant amount of water. Then pest and disease cycle, as we know, monocropping will lead to pest buildup, and whenever we are rotating the crop and diversifying the crop, that interrupts the pest cycle, and that will eventually reduce the pesticide use. Then biodiversity conservation. So we are growing multiple crops in crop diversification, so that will definitely increase the biodiversity, and when the biodiversity is increased, that actually support the pollinators, beneficial insect, and also soil microorganism. Then climate change. So the diverse system that will have increase in carbon sequestration. We will deal in carbon sequestration in some later video. As the biomass will be increased, so carbon sequestration is also increased. And another thing is we are using less fertilizer here, less fertilizer use, and that will definitely reduce the greenhouse gas emission, that will ultimately help in this climate change scenario or climate change mitigation. Then coming to economic sustainability, how economic sustainability is there, because there is multiple source of income and protection in respect of crop failure and price fluctuation is also there, because we are not dependent on a single crop or single market. Then employment generation throughout a year, then we are also not dependent on single crop and single market, so we are getting protected from crop failure and also price fluctuation. Then some social sustainability is also there, like household nutrition, we are getting carbohydrate, protein, vitamins. Then rural employment is also there, then livelihood security of small and marginal farmer is also there. Then climate resilience, as we have seen previously, that different crops respond differently to drought, flood and heat. So in that case, for example, uh, millet is more drought tolerant than rice. So whenever there will be rice, if we are taking suppose in the intercrop like rice and some millet in the kharif season, then if rice is getting affected due to drought or situation like El Nino, and in that case millet can survive with that low water. Then efficient resource use, nutrient use efficiency, water use efficiency, then solar radiation interception is also will be better in case of their because some uh, you know cereal shape leaves like this and pulses of leaves like this, so the solar radiation interception will be better. Then land use efficiency, how it can be increased due to the multiple cropping, land use efficiency is also increased. So I think we have discussed this holistically. Still if any doubt exists, kindly comment in the comment section. Thank you.